Hello there, this is Asparagoose coming at you with my second quest review. This time I thought I'd take a little trip down memory lane and review my favourite quest series of all time, the Myreque chain. And with the conclusive part of the series on the horizon, I thought I'd go all retrospective and review all the games in chronological order and explain my hopes and dreams for part 5. My fascination with all things Mauritanian began when I was still a sparkle-eyed non-member who sat for hours peering at the world map and saying one day my sweet at all the places that cruel Jagex had denied my stingy pockets. When I finally arrived and set my pack down in Canifus's Hair of the Dog Tavern, I noticed a stranger sitting in the corner. Vanstrom Claus. The reason, in part, that the Myreque series has been so good, in my opinion, is the character of Vanstrom himself, the leering, grinning lackey to Lord Draken, oppressor of the weak, treacherous liar, and all-round evil bastard, possibly one of the most evilest bastards in RuneScape, with the given exception of Lucian in While Gothic Sleeps. Vanstrom strikes fear into the eyes of men and the winner of my black little heart. But I digress. In Search of the Myreque, as you all well know, and if you don't well know, then you should, begins with a mysterious stranger calling himself Vanstrom Claus asking you to help him get some weapons to help the elusive Myreque fight off the vampires. Intrigued, I accepted and got the desired weapons for him, blindly following the orders of the all-too-helpful stranger, and found the Myreque, giving them the weapons and arming them to the teeth against the vicious vampiric hordes, despite the fact that vampires only succumb to silver, but every little helps, I guess. However, just as I was beginning to warm to the Myreque rebels, feeling they were some of the deeper characters in the game, Vanstrom, revealing his true form to be a grey-grinning flying maniac, bursts in through the cave door and kicks 7 shades of shit into Sani and Harold, 2 of my favourite members. Mortified, I killed the Hellhound and later made a shrine to the fallen rebels, but I must admit, from that point on I was captivated more with Vanstrom than with any of the Myreque. The quest was short, sharp and to the point, but it made its goddamn point so well I rushed to complete the next chapter. In Aid of the Myreque has you running around and, as the title implies, aiding the Myreque. You have to find them a new base after that minor fuck-up you caused in the last quest where you got the most attractive and strongest members of the group killed. So off you go to the newly discovered Bergderot and, after offering the greedy villagers some food, they grudgingly let you use the basement of their inn as a new base for your friends. It'll need some clearing up though, and who gets the job of doing that? You, of course. Now grab a pickaxe and start working, lackey! The quest gives you a chance to find out more about Mauritania, information I gobbled up like the hungry history hippo I am, and it also introduces you to a new idea for destroying those vampire nuisances. Of course, first you have to lead the puny little Ivan through the swamp and to the temple because he fell down and scraped his knee and now he wants his mum. After you get him to safety, and it raises some questions as to why the rest of the populace don't just go through the fucking temple as well, you get to make the magical staff of Avandis that has the ability to defeat the vampires right good and proper. This is it, time to kick Draken's ass, but no, first Vanstrom and his goons attack Bergderot and you have to liberate it, and with stars in your eyes, mind, that Vanstrom is dreamy. But then it's time to kick Draken's ass. Oh balls, no it's not because the quest is over. Oh well, next time. The next quest, which took its bastard time in coming out, called Darkness of Hallowvale, opened new doors to a new area, Myreque, the slummy capital of the Sanguinesti region of Mauritania, where Firewatch prowled the skies, and the populace were even more downtrodden than in previous places. Aside from being one of the most depressing places in the game, it was also the scariest place I've ever been, though this was in the days before the God Wars dungeon, a place that I still have nightmares about until I switch on my Gothic's nightlight and everything's okay again. In the quest, the player got to meet many new faces in the Sanguinesti Myreque, including Vedita and Safalan, and another chance to kick some serious vampiric ass. Wait, no it wasn't, because the Myreque can't kill Firewatch, even with the Staff of Avandis. This part struck me as a little odd, because I just gained the Staff of Avandis, and telling us that a fabulous new weapon we just painstakingly made was totally ineffectual was a bit of a peeve. So instead you have to fix a furnace, which is becoming a bit of a trend apparently, and find out a little about the area. The highlight of the quest was, you've guessed it, the encounter with Vanstrom. He looks different from what he did in aid of, but he holds no less of a charm, kicking your ass and leaving you with dazed, conflicting emotions of pain and arousal. Okay, maybe that was just me, but shut up, I'm trying to make a point here. This quest also raises some issues with werewolves travelling across the Salve, something which I was under the impression they couldn't do, so it's conspiracy time. Maybe we'll find out with that next quest. Again, with another year passing, Legacy of Sergei, the newest Myreque quest to date, arrived. On doing it, I expected one of the first things they were going to be disclosing was the theories about the werewolves getting across the river south, but this wasn't mentioned in the slightest. Instead, it raised more issues when it showed Saradomin and Zamorak conspirators working on how they could go to war with each other. I was baffled, but I still expected both of these to be solved by the end of the quest. No such thing! Instead, the player just has to create a new weapon for the Myreque fighters to help kick the ass of the vampires without your help, the ungrateful wankers, and thus is born the Afflail of Avandis. After you make it, you get to finally kill a Firewatch, but then the quest ends! It feels cut off and unfulfilled, and for the past year I've had enormous Myreque blue balls, and the only way for that to change is for me to play through the new quest. Or look at the aforementioned Vargas Sigrid hentai. Well, I've been waiting a little over a year now, and Jagex has promised, in one form or another, that a new quest will be coming out. And soon it should be, but how soon, nobody knows. Well, I expect they know, but shut up, I'm trying to make a point here. As for what I'd hoped for in the new quest, my wish list isn't very long, because wherever they're going with it has to be better than anything I could think of. But obviously, the obligatory Vanstrom encounter, and his painful yet inevitable death scene, or, failing that, a scene where he realises the error of his ways and becomes good again, leaves Myreque and goes off to stay with a famous green-haired adventurer and then run off to live the life of Riley in Karamja. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Whenever I look back on the Myreque chain, I naturally associate it with combat, but when I think about it, through the whole quest chain, you only fight a few battles. That's Skeletal Hellhound, 4 Vampire Juvenites, Vanstrom Claws, and 1 Firewatch, so that's 7. Yes, 7. 7. So yeah, I guess I'd like the new quest to be more combat, but not so much I can't do it, obviously. Other than that, I don't want much apart from closure, and Jagex are bound to give that. I mean, they did with the Goblin series, didn't they? Didn't they? Oh wait, they did.
California, over